Hello guys, just wanted to go over the next worksheet. So this first blank here is supposed to be the independent variable. The second blank is supposed to be the dependent variable. And this last blank here is supposed to be the hypothesis, although we're not going to worry about the because part of that. We're going to focus on the if part and the then part. So the first one here, will an egg float higher in water with more salt? What we're assuming here is that the additional salt in the water is going to affect how high the egg floats. So the independent variable is going to be the amount of salt in the water, and the dependent variable is going to be how high the egg floats. So we might write a hypothesis that as more salt is added, or if more salt is added, then the egg will float higher. Again, the if, the independent variable, and the effect, the then is the dependent variable. So number two, we've got stretching a rubber band affects how far the rubber band will fly. We think that how far you stretch it is going to affect how far it will fly. So the cause will be how far it is stretched, and the effect will be how far it flies. So the cause is going to be our independent variable, which is how far the rubber band is stretched, and the effect is our dependent variable, which is how far the rubber band will fly. So we might come up with the hypothesis that if the rubber band is stretched more, then the rubber band will fly further. Number three, will an airplane with longer wings fly further than with shorter wings? What we want to, how we want to think here is that the length of the wings will affect how far the airplane flies. So the cause would be the length of the wings, so that would be our independent variable, and the effect would be how long the airplane flies, which is the dependent variable. Our hypothesis might be that if longer wings are used, then the airplane will fly further. Number four, will a plant grow higher with more light? So again, we've got two things here. We've got the amount of light, and we've got how high the plant grew, or the plant height. We think that the cause would be how much light, and the effect would be how high the plant grows. So the cause is our independent variable, which is the amount of light, and the effect would be our dependent variable, which would be how high the plant grows. So our hypothesis could be if independent variable, if more light is used, then dependent variable, the plant will grow higher. Number five, Billy and Bob want to know how much baking soda is added to vinegar will affect how high the rocket will launch. They measure the baking soda in milliliters, and they measure the height of the rocket in meters. So the cause would be the amount of baking soda, and the effect would be height of the rocket launch. So the independent variable is the amount of baking soda in milliliters, which technically is strange to measure in milliliters, but and the effect would be our dependent variable, would be the height of the rocket launch. So our hypothesis could be if independent variable, more baking soda is used, then dependent variable, the rocket will launch higher. Number six, Carrie and Heather wanted to know if the size of the coin will affect the number of drops of water it can hold. So what they think is that the size of the coin would be the cause, and the effect would be how many drops of water it will hold. So independent variable is the size of the coin. The dependent variable is the number of drops of water it can hold. Our hypothesis could be that if a larger coin is used, then more drops of water it will hold. Number seven, I wonder if the amount of homework I complete has an effect on my science test scores. So we think the cause is going to be the amount of homework I complete, and the effect would be the science test scores. So the independent variable is the cause, the amount of homework completed, and the dependent variable is the effect, which would be the science test scores. Our hypothesis could be if more homework is done, then science test scores will increase. And that is it.